Royals baseball from Chicago, Illinois, where the Royals need a win today to avoid a winless road trip through Texas and the south side of Chicago. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. The Royals are 0-6 so far on this trip, and the question that keeps coming up, and I think it's only natural, Hud, is this a result of pressure, the pressure of pending free agency, the pressure of the gang being together for one last run, the pressure of looking up on the scoreboard and seeing a low batting average?
I'd have to agree with that, Rhino. They're human beings, and they're all thinking about the future always. You know, and after coming off of the mountaintop where they've done so well, there's one guy, though, that's remembering how to hit. It's Mike Moustakas. He's been so hot that Ned said, man, we got to get him at the top of the lineup. He answered the call last night, going deep, going opposite field. It was nice to see. He's the one hitter in the lineup that's looked comfortable from day one of the season. He's calm, he's collected, and hopefully drives the bus today.
Yeah, maybe he's the bat that the Royals will ride today, trying to avoid the sweep in Chicago. Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Kansas City Royals. Royals still have the lowest starters ERA in the American League, but it's been a rough week for the starting rotation. Royals need a big day today from Nate Carnes in Chicago. Maybe the Royals bats will warm up against Jose Quintana today. He's made 22 career starts against the Royals and has just one win. The lineups and the first pitch are coming up next. Hello, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3 4, testing.
I will test if you want me to, and
Sox take the field, and there have been plenty of fireworks here at Guaranteed Rate Field the first two games of the series. 77 degrees, beautiful, warm day, chance for rain later this afternoon, and the Royals are trying to simply slow down the White Sox and get their offense going. Chicago scored 28 runs in their last 3 games. Royals, on the other hand, have lost all 6 games of this road trip, and they have scored just 11 runs. They've been outscored by 25 runs by the Rangers and the White Sox on this trip. And last night, having Mike Moustakas lead off paid off. He had a double and a run scored, and then late in the game hit his 7th home run. And today the Royals face left-hander Jose Quintana, who is 0-4 in his first 4 starts with a 6.17 ERA. But poor Jose Quintana for his entire career. He just gets such little run support, and the White Sox have only scored 2 runs for him in his first 4 starts.
well, fortunately, he's used to it, because in his entire career here, they've only scored 2.67 runs. So look, it's been tough. Now he's their ace, and he's gotten off to a rough start. He's a lot better than he's pitching right now. You can see the 20 strikeouts. He still has strikeout ability. Opponents hitting 270 off of him, and he's given up 16 earned runs and 23 in the third. That's not him. But you know, he's going to rely on that defense. He likes to pitch to contact. He's got a nice sinker. Soto, opponents are 5 for 5 in bags off him this year, but look, Royals having a hard time stealing first base. So if they can get on, maybe they can rip him off, but we'll see. Maybe they can get Quintana and keep him down. Let's hope so.
Mike Moustakas has hit 2 home runs on this trip. He has driven in 4, and he carries an 11-game hitting streak into the game today. And the first pitch of the game, and Moustakas is swinging, and he fouls it back.
Yeah, now look, that was a good left field swing right there. Moose tells me that he loves it when they play him to pull, and the White Sox have that 3-man right side of the infield on him here, and that first swing was for a hole on that left side.
Late swing on a breaking ball. No balls, 2 strikes.
Royals, you see that defense over there. The Royals have faced this guy a lot. I mean, there's guys. Escobar has 60 at bats. Hosmer 62. And that's a huge sample size. Now Moose, he's hitting 308 off of him. He's 12 for 39. 3 home runs off of Quintana.
Chase a high fastball. In fact, they tried once and he wouldn't go after it, so they threw another high fastball, and Quintana gets his first strikeout.
Yeah, well, you know, he's thinking left field, and he's looking for a pitch out over him, and just good pitch there. He raised the eye level on him, got it. Now Quintana, fastball, I said he's going to sink it. Okay, so he's going to go after the guys and try to pitch the contact, although he surprised moves up, curve and change, 3 basic pitches. Mainly fastball, curveball.
Kane had been the lone bright spot for the Royals in the first 2 weeks of the season offensively, and now the Rangers and White Sox have cooled him down during this road trip. And Quintana's trying to get Kane to chase a pitch up. He hasn't had a lot of hits on this trip, but he continues to walk and is 5th in the league in on-base percentage in our Toyota League leaders. He is having a month like none other as far as walks go. Lorenzo has 14 walks in this month, and he never had more than 9 in any other month in his career.
And good for him. You know, that you see more pitches, man, you get locked in. Now the outfield all of a sudden right here now with 2 strikes is moving over to right center. But Quintana doing something there that he hasn't been doing. Pitching effectively inside. Donnie Kluko, pitching coach, sharing the fact that he is missing out over the middle of the plate. In order for Quintana to be the guy that they expect him to be in their ace this year, he's got to be able to do just like that. Surprise Kane inside, and even 2 or 3 more inches in. Set up the changeup and curveballs away. And he hasn't been doing it.
2 strikeouts to begin his day, and now a breaking ball is hit on the ground to second. And Saladino with the shift throws from the grass. And Quintana knocks down the Royals 1-2-3 on 7 pitches. First inning for Jose Quintana. Now the White Sox are coming up against Nate Carnes. And there are 2 names that are not in the lineup today. And that would be Robinson Chirinos and Joey Gallo. We gave Carnes a bad time in his last start when we were in Texas. That was on Friday. And if Carnes could have avoided those 2, it would have been a different start for him. He gave up 6 runs in 4 2/3 innings to the Rangers, but 5 of the 6 came on home runs by Chirinos. He hit 2, and Gallo, he hit 2.
It'll be interesting to see how Nate can handle the hot White Sox all of a sudden. White Sox starting to swing that bat. 2 back-to-back games with the Royals here with multiple hits. Breaking Carnes. He's got some good weapons. Didn't use his changeup quite as much as he did in his previous 2 starts. He's going to have to just go to that pitch and continue to trust him. You got to keep him off that heater now. When you get a hot team like this, they're going to be looking for that fastball early. Nate has a good one, but they like to hit it if it's not placed properly. That'll help.
1 hopper, and Anderson is out on just 2 pitches, 1 away.
And speaking of defense, Nate Carnes just fielded his position. He's a good athlete we've seen. Now the Royals have made errors in 4 of the last 5 games, and that's okay because they still have the best defense in the American League. It's going to happen sometimes. Ford around the horn defense. Gotta have Ford, but you gotta have the defense just as much.
Here are the numbers to back up what you just said. Carnes was using anywhere from 24 to almost 30% changeups in his starts against the Astros and the Angels with good results, but he really backed off of that pitch in his start Friday against the Rangers, throwing just 16% changeups, and that was the pitch that Dave Island really honed in on with Carnes in spring training this year.
Sometimes, you know, pitchers have a tendency, just like hitters do, to go back to what they're most comfortable with, and that's been his best secondary pitch, the fastball curve. But with that new confidence that he has in that changeup, and he can't stay away from that because it's a good one. It has an inward movement to the righty, stays down, and away to the lefty.
Ball out over the plate. 0-2 on Tyler Saladino. Hard to believe, but the White Sox in the first 2 games of the series have scored 22 runs, and Tyler Saladino has nothing to do with it.
Shocker. Yeah, he normally hits us pretty well.
Base hit left field. Salvador Perez, you may have noticed right before that pitch, stuck his glove hand out to the side to warn the left side of the infield to be alive, and Saladino was able to get a ground ball in between Cuthbert and Escobar. So Kia puts us in the driver's seat. The White Sox in their first 16 games are averaging 3 runs a game. They're having as much trouble the Royals were scoring runs, but now in their last 3, going back to Sunday against Cleveland, they are averaging 9.3 runs per game and hitting .370 with runners in scoring position.
And they got hot, just like the Royals will. They'll get hot.
They seem to be, and it's only been 2 games, and 2 games with a lot of runs, but there seems to be more of the team concept on offense for the White Sox. Last 2 years, maybe 3, it looked like 9 guys coming to the plate with 9 different agendas.
I can agree with that. Just watching them early here, this is just an early sample of them, but you know, it seems like they do have a little bit better continuity. Keeping the guys in the same order in the batting order does help.
Saladino runs, and it's pulled out to Witt. 2 down, Saladino to second.
And that's what Rennery was trying to do, stay out of that double play. So he sent Saladino. Oh, good takeaway there. Good jump.
And now runner in scoring position for Jose Abreu. And like his team, he has warmed up over the last 3 games. 6 out of 13 in his last 3 games. He had been in a deep slump before that. Jose Abreu, Tim Anderson, Todd Frazier, all in deep slumps when this series began, and now all swinging the bat well. Now Saladino to third. Carnes just forgot about him and maybe doesn't care that he went to third. All the attention right here needs to be on Jose Abreu.
Yeah, and then that was all discussed via body language by Salvi and Cuthbert. You see Cuthbert, he took maybe one step to cover third and goes, nah, we're not throwing. Let him go. Got 2 outs.
Stop by Salvi. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Signs given from player to player, coach to player, coach to coach. It's all about body language, you know. Got to be able to make sure you get them right so you don't mess up a play.
Fair ball. 1-0 White Sox as Abreu drives in Saladino. And we had some fan interference on the left field side down there, but the play is dead and Abreu gets second base. Maybe the ball got stuck in the wall down in the corner.
Had to have, but that changeup stayed up. Stayed up just enough for Abreu to get ahead of it and pound it down the line. Abreu's
went into the crowd.
Yeah, Abreu's 4th double.
A low railing. Oh, and 1 on Todd Frazier. He has driven in 5. He has scored 4 times. Down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Slowly getting his strength back. Frazier last week missed 5 games because of the flu. Which is very rare. I mean, normally a player never gets the flu. They have flu-like symptoms, but they never get the flu. Todd Frazier had the flu.
Yeah, when you told me that in game 1, I had to digest that a little bit. I'm thinking, man, you know, I never missed a game because of the flu. Now, there was times I was feeling bad. I was in the lineup, but I just took batting practice off, went and laid in the trainer's room, and was able to make the start. But man, that must have hit him hard. Oh, speaking of hitting hard,
to the gap and off the wall. And with 2 outs, the White Sox get back-to-back doubles and take a 2-0 lead.
It's on. A little too much to the plate. Now let's see what pitch this was. Now that was the fastball right there. Fastball at 93. Pretty much up and down the middle saying hit me. Work those secondary pitches in. You know, the heater's okay if it's located up and away or on the outer half. You can't quite get the barrel. But that first inning always is a difficult inning for any pitcher. They try to find their command.
Avisail Garcia hitting .380, and that leads the American League. He has 27 hits. That's the 3rd most in the league. Nice backhand by Salvi on a pitch that barely reached home plate. You know, just watching Abreu swing and Frazier swing, they both ended up with doubles. I don't know if I've seen a White Sox hitter, or it just isn't fresh in my mind. I don't know if I've seen a White Sox hitter overswing in this series yet.
Yeah, you know what? If you don't come to think of it, you might be right. I think maybe that whole philosophy is part of Rick Renteria's, the new manager's philosophy, as far as, guys, look, we We know that when this heats up here in Chicago, this is going to be a launching pad. We're going to hit homers. But right now, early, why don't we just stay on our game plan, attack, stay short to the ball, and spread the ball around, and the players are buying in. Maybe that could be an explanation. You can share your philosophy with players all you want, but until they buy into it, it's not going to happen. I'm sure Dale's saying the same thing to the Royals hitters.
Because that feels like it's the reverse right now for the Royals. We've seen so many swings where you feel like, you know, they muscled up for just a little extra, and as a result, they fouled it away instead of put it in play. Or swung and missed. 3-1 on Garcia. But just 4 days ago, the White Sox were completing a stretch of 3 games where they scored 1 run. Not 1 run in each game, 1 run total in 3 games. And now they scored 8, 12, and 10 in their previous 3, and they've got 2 runs in the first inning today.
It's just one of the many marvels there are in baseball. You just never know. No one can figure it out. But we do know that the Royals have the ability to come out of it, and they will. Now Garcia, he's a different hitter. Hitting 380, leading the league. He's raking. He's got some pop. He's got 3 home runs. There's a little sign of their offense there. Hey, Daddy, look what I got. That's Major League Baseball. Happy.
Out to Eski. Garcia running hard, makes it close, and that ends the inning. A 1-out single, and then a pair of 2-out doubles, and Chicago leads 2-0.
Our Kubota power stats. We're going to show you how Salvador Perez has been able to hook up with Quintana over the long haul. He's done pretty well. 333, 57 ABs. Like I said, anything over 30 is a lot against a guy. But you got that many, it tells me, you know, they're in their division, same division. They're competing, and Salvi has 2. Maybe he can pop one out of the yard today. Good day to hit homers.
Quintana had a 9-pitch first inning with 2 strikeouts and a ground ball to second base. Outside for ball 1. One ball, one strike. You know, we opened the broadcast today talking about the human pressures that the Royals may be dealing with individually right now. That might explain Jose Quintana's slow start. 4 starts, 4 losses, and an ERA over 6. He has been rumored to be traded since the beginning of spring training. I'll bet if he wanted to, he could go online and read a story every single day about where he might be traded to, how the White Sox should be trading Quintana as they're in the middle of a rebuild, unloading Adam Eaton and Chris Sale during the offseason. Breaking ball in the dirt, and Quintana has struck out 3 of the first 4 Royals today. Quintana has just been probably the worst starter in the major leagues over the last 5 years when it comes to run support. Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard. Only Max Scherzer and Madison Bumgarner have more quality starts than Quintana over the last 2+ years. And his career record and his ERA just don't match up. I mean, how does a guy with a 3.4 career ERA have a losing record? He's been on some bad teams, but as Hud pointed out, in his career as a major leaguer, his average run support is about 2.5 runs per game. Sometimes guys will just have one unlucky year. This guy's had an unlucky career.
Yeah, and you know, everybody's different. You know, everyone has they can handle their own emotional capacity when it comes to, you know, the reporters coming up to you, stirring it up after each game. Well, you know, you pitched pretty well today, but you didn't get any run support. So they try to bait the player into getting on his offense. And I've been on some teams where pitchers blame the offense, and the outcome of that is not good. You know, it's not like your offense is out there not trying. They're trying, but then, you know, so when you hear your starting pitcher complain about lack of runs that you're supplying him, now that becomes a little problem inside the clubhouse. And that stirs the chemical mix wrong. It's not good. So Quintana, I'm sure, has conditioned himself as he got another strikeout. And he looks like he's executing his pitches in a combination of over-aggressiveness, again, by the Royals. He probably has learned to let it go. The distractions a major leaguer faces in today's game, I don't know how you do it. But I know just back in our day, I didn't pay attention, and a lot of players didn't pay attention to anything else because my focus needed to be on the field and what I was doing. I only controlled what I can control. And all that other stuff they're talking about, if you read all that and you get caught up in that, if Quintana's reading about what team you can get traded to, that's a distraction. It takes your focus away from your job. So with all the, you know, all the media outlets now and all the social media, it's got to be a nightmare for players. There you go, fall in there.
And it does. Whit Merrifield is on with 2 outs.
Doesn't that make sense, Rhino?
Yeah, it does.
Because you know, it's out there, and you can read it. And you get insulted. You get insulted by what people say about you. So I'm going to let that bother me when I come to the ballpark. Just don't even read it.
Well, I don't disagree with you in that, you know, a player can control what they surround themselves with and whom they surround themselves with. But for Quintana, I mean, the writing's on the wall. I mean, Chris Sale's been traded away. Adam Eaton's been traded away. And I mean, it's easy for him to just look at what's going on and think, you know, am I going to be the next guy? But yeah, I understand. You can make it a lot worse on yourself if you choose to.
Yeah. And, you know, because you can't control that. But you just go out and work and do the best you can. And for Quintana, he's just having a bad start.
21 pitches in 2 innings, and he's only allowed 1 base runner. getting to know some of their new players, like Matt Davidson. Getting to know. Brought to you by AARP. We didn't get a chance to see Matt Davidson last year because in his big league debut against Minnesota, he got a base hit in his first big league game, and then while he was running the bases after that first hit, he broke his foot and had to have surgery. But this is a player that was very highly regarded. He was Arizona's first-round pick in 2009, and he did something that very few hitters are able to do, and that is completely reconstruct his swing. He had a couple down minor league seasons in 2014 and 2015 and realized what he was doing wasn't working. And it's very hard that late into your professional career to kind of start from scratch, but he did, and he's off to a very good start this year.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not easy, but sometimes you have to revamp. But I don't care how much you revamp, you ain't hitting that. That's a big curve there, and the greatest hitters in the world couldn't hit that pitch. Watch this now. There's a reason. Yeah, it just looks hittable, and it's not. And there's a reason in Carnes' career that opponents were just hitting 194 on that curveball. It's just not easy to hit.
Giovanni Soto, White Sox catcher, takes inside. He was 0 for 4 in Friday night's game, or rather Monday night's game. He was the only White Sox starter who did not have a hit and at least a run scored or an RBI, but his work that night was back of the plate for White Sox starter Miguel Gonzalez, who pitched 8 innings and allowed 2 hits and 1 unearned run. 3-0. Fouling away on 3-0.
Back in the count here. Let's go now. Let's go ahead and fill it up and then put it in play here. No walks. We might get a foul ball up here today. I just got that feeling. You got to be careful. The net here is pretty low, so you got to kind of watch it yourself. If you get caught up here in this booth and you're looking down at your scorecard and the guy fouls, well, next thing you know, you get a ball sandwich right in your face.
But those don't taste very good.
No.
No matter what you put on it.
That's exactly right.
Ball sandwich does not taste very good.
Yeah, way to get back in the count here.
Coming back from 3-0 and getting a ground out, 2 away in the second inning. You can get closer to the action in Kauffman Stadium with our Royals Memories program. Choose amongst a variety of unique opportunities, such as photo on the field, watching batting practice, and delivering the game ball. All experiences are available for purchase each game exclusively through the MLB.com ballpark app.
Batting practice can be an eye-opener for fans if you've never had a chance to do that. Down at ground level, and coaches throw the batting practice about 50, 60 miles an hour, move it right down the middle. Interesting to see what the hitters do. First time around, hit the ball to the right side, shorten up the swing. Next time, go up the middle. Next time, air it out and see how far these guys can hit it. It's really interesting. And then in between swings, the other coaches hit the ball to the infielders in between swings, so they don't get hit by a line drive. Okay, see these circles right here. Now, it's not just for aesthetic purposes at a ballpark. That's where the coaches stand to hit the fungos.
So they don't wreck the grass.
Right, theoretically. Some ballparks have them, some don't.
Carnes gives up 2 in the first inning and then gets the White Sox in order in the second. an entire start. He has a very unique distinction against the Royals. 22 starts and 1 win. He's the only pitcher in history with 15 or more starts against the Royals and only 1 win. Beat the Royals in September of 2015 for his only victory. Our sprint trivia question: name the 3 active pitchers with the most career losses against the Royals. Active. Quintana has 9. And by the way, he pitched 7 scoreless innings in his only career win against the Royals. So,
is he one of them?
Well, that's a lot for an active pitcher.
Yeah, he's got to be one. Him pulling the string already off Cuthbert. And there's a reason why, because Cuthbert, he's got 4 hits and 14 at-bats, and 2 of them have left the yard. So let's see if we can win this question again.
I think it would be wise to begin with pitchers who have spent a lot of time in the Central Division.
Yeah, I was going to say Chris Sale, but I don't know.
Why not?
Royals
have done well against Chris Sale.
That was going to be a guess there. Verlander, I was thinking. We've kind of handled him. But just guesses.
I think Chris Sale's correct. Are we going with Quintana? Are we going to put him on the list?
We should.
All right, Quintana and Sale. Quintana is not correct.
Okay.
Quintana has struck out 5 of the first 8 batters he's faced today. Wow. The Royals are having a tough time laying off his breaking ball.
And that's a category that's really been sore. A sore subject has been the amount of swing and misses the Royals are doing. So, you know, that's just a bad pitch. And have to try to hunt your pitch.
Jorge Bonifacio with 1 out. Bonifacio is batting 9th today. He started in 4 different lineup positions in his first 4 big league games. 8th, then 3rd, then 9th, then 6th. And now back to 9th. 2-0. Two and 1. How about CC Sabathia?
Wow. Where'd that come from?
Well, he came from California.
Well, I know he's from there, but that's a good guess.
Well, a lot of starts with the Indians.
Okay.
2 and 2. Begin with guys who spent a lot of time in the Central, plus all those years now with the Yankees.
So we need one more?
Sale and Sabathia.
Is it another White Sox? John Danks beat us.
3 and 2. Has Mark Burley officially announced his retirement?
No, he has not. But I don't know if we usually had a hard time with him when he was still active here. But he has not officially retired that I know of.
Quintana comes back from 3-0 or 2-0, and he has now struck out 6 of 9.
That strikeout won't be on his highlight tape. Bonifacio's.
2 strikeouts in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. He got Moustakas on a high fastball in the first inning. And now breaking ball for strike 1.
The thing that's always impressed me about watching Quintana is his demeanor. He never changes the expression on his face, good or bad. And that's very important for a pitcher. Even when things have not been going good for him, and obviously just having 1 win in his entire career against the Royals, he had plenty of reason to scowl or to throw his glove or to take his hat and, show disgust, but he never has. Wow, he's just throwing it right by us.
He has faced 10 and struck out 7. Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. By Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Ford, going further so you can. Soldiers Field, which looks good from that angle. In my opinion, awful from the street. It took a beautiful, old, historic building with the old concrete pillars and landed a spaceship in the middle of it. Merrifield goes way out from second base, makes a play on Tim Anderson. One down in the bottom of the third inning. Joel, who is from this area, said that when they remodeled Soldier Field, they call it the eyesore by the lakeshore.
I've never been inside of that stadium.
It looks good from an aerial. Beautiful on the inside. Carnes throws a strike to Saladino with 1 out. Saladino singled in the first inning. Went to second on a ground ball. Then he stole third with 2 outs. Scored on Abreu's double, and then Abreu scored on Frazier's double. Chop foul. I mentioned that the White Sox scored 22 runs in the first 2 games of the series, and a bit shocking that Saladino wasn't in the middle of that. He hit .386 against the Royals last year. Many of those, if I remember correctly, were big hits, clutch hits. Good breaking ball. Second strikeout, and now Carnes has set down the last 6.
Uncle Charlie starts out above the belt. It's going to be in the dirt. Take you a few at bats to see a few of them to find that release point and lay off of it. That's exactly what Carnes wants. Leave it right there.
Melky Cabrera grounded out to second base in the first inning. One subtle move by Rick Renteria in the bottom of the first inning, helped the White Sox score a couple of runs. You brought it up, Hud. Saladino was at first base, and Melky was down in the count, and Renteria had Saladino run, and then Melky hit a ground ball to second, and with the runner going, no chance for an inning-ending double play. Didn't seem like a big item at the moment, but by staying out of the double play, that allowed Abreu and Frazier to come up and hit back-to-back RBI doubles.
Yeah, and then Saladino stole third on a straight steal. Salvi didn't throw, Cuthbert didn't even cover. And so I had a little bit of time to think about that. With Abreu at the plate, the way he sprays the ball around and hits the ball to the right side, I just don't think that they wanted Merrifield giving up ground, holding Saladino there. So they took a chance, and then the changeup was up enough to where he hooked it by the bag to score. And maybe they didn't want Carnes to worry about the runner.
Carnes has a good feel for his breaking ball. He's set down the last 7 with 3 strikeouts.
He's got the Royals swinging and missing. Check it out. Look at what he's doing. He's mixing them up very well. I think the reason he got beat in the past because early in games he would try to challenge hitters with the fastball. Now he's working it, but he's going according to game plan. With a team that swings out of the zone more than any other team in baseball like the Royals are doing, why would you throw a pitch down the middle? And that's what we're seeing. A lot of Royals swinging at Quintana's pitches, not theirs. And they're taking advantage of the over-anxiousness of the Royals. It's pretty simple.
Well, so far 10 batters have come to the plate and 3 have put the ball in play.
Hunt your pitch.
One and one on Kane. He took a called third strike on a pitch. Just looking at all of Quintana's strikeouts a moment ago that looked like was inside and off the plate. One and two. Breaking balls down, fastballs up.
That's it. Mainly two-pitch pitcher, but he will throw that changeup to righties.
Out to left field. Melky got a late jump. There comes up and makes a play. All right, I think we've got it. Our sprint trivia question. Quintana has 9 losses in his career against the Royals. Name the 3 active pitchers with the most career losses against the Royals. We've come up with Chris Sale, CC Sabathia, and how about
Bartolo Colon.
And there you have it.
Big sexy.
Not sure if I would have gone there, but
that's
you certainly have the right to express how you feel about Bartolo Colon.
Look, that guy is a phenom in my opinion. He's fun to watch. He brings people to the park. He can pitch at 40, what, 42? He can hit once in a while.
Just foul, wide of first, 2-1 on Hosmer. Two of the guys on that list, Sabathia and Colon, were once power pitchers, and then when the power wasn't there, unlike most pitchers, when the career comes to an end, they just learned how to pitch with what they had. At the right field line, fair.
Go
and
ahead.
now Hosmer's around second. On his way to third, and the throw is wild, but Quintana is there and keeps it from going into the White Sox dugout. And Eric Hosmer, who has done many great things on the field for the Royals, including running the bases, I'm not sure that one will make his slide reel, but it's a triple.
But you know, in this game offensively, it's not how hard you hit it most of the time. It's just where you hit it. Look at that. Bent the front leg. Look at the front leg bend, the back leg. He had to go down and stay with it. They call that he feathered it. He just guided it out there off the end. And believe me, on his way to first base, he was talking that ball down. Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't see that angle. No wonder. Wow. I don't know what's wrong with the little pop-up seat slide. Did he taste a little dirt there?
I think he did. He might have gotten a dirt sandwich. Now, the way Quintana's pitching today, the Royals have to get this run home.
So don't be too anxious.
1-1 on Salvi. He struck out on a curveball first time up.
Remember Vargas's first start here a couple days ago? How they were throwing the cold White Sox up in the zone like that. Now they're doing that to the Royals because when you're over aggressive and anxious, that's where they get you to swing and miss. You see Soto, he's trying to get the guys up and down.
2-1.
Soto's telling him, all right now, we just got you 2 runs. That's all we ever get you. Don't lose it now. Let's go. Just hang right in there.
Smart infielder Tyler Saladino wants to know what they're talking about. It could help him be in the right spot at the right time if Salvador puts the ball in play.
Always want to get it listened to if there's any indecision in your mind if you're out there.
Left field, not deep. Cabrera does not throw great, but good enough for Hosmer to hold at third.
Well, the minute the ball went in the air, Haas took a look at his longtime coach, Mike Jersley, who's coaching third base. Jersh managed Hosmer and a lot of these guys in Omaha. So the minute the ball went in the air, Haas looked at Jersh, and Jersh told him right away, stay home. Now, as little as the Royals have been able to score, sometimes you might think, well, we should have taken a chance there, but I think they might have gotten him even with the throw-off line. So maybe Alex can come through here on the left side. Good try.
Struck out swinging in a curve in the second inning, just like Salvador Perez on a check swing. Lays off the breaking ball, 1-1. Scoring with 2 outs was a huge problem for the Royals for the first 2.5 weeks. And now 6 of their last 9 runs have come with 2 outs. Alex Gordon drove in a run with 2 outs last night. 1-2.
Okay, a lot of breaking balls away to Alex. Maybe he can just try to find something that's going to find one of these holes right here. That's kind of the direction that he wants to stay. And he can kind of stay away from that 3-man right side. A ground ball to the left side would probably score Haas with no problem.
2-2.
2 strikes is a little bit harder to gauge the pitch, but if you see one in the area up and out over the plate, that's when you kind of shorten up your swing and lay it out there. Wants it up.
3-2. Merrifield's on deck. Good comeback. Down in the count. Alex takes a walk, and now Merrifield comes up with a clean count. If your Royals beverage needs a place to rest, well, then come out to Kauffman Stadium on May 6th when the Royals take on the Indians. As the first 10,000 fans through the gates receive a Royals coaster set courtesy of Price Chopper, Royals.com, or an area Price Chopper location for tickets. You can always call 1-800-6-ROYALS. It's Quintana's first walk. Merrifield trying to get on a first pitch breaking ball, so he was anticipating that pitch, but Quintana put it in a bad spot. Witt singled to right in the 2nd inning.
See the breaker up out of this release point. Head high. Head high, it's hittable. Belt high, it's not.
One and one.
Whitley's first time up. Now let's just see. Okay, it was down the middle and he was a little bit tardy on it, but look, it jammed him just good enough where he dropped it in there.
Drilled foul back into the crowd. And Quintana has the advantage 1-2 as he had on Alex Gordon. Alex ended up reaching with a walk. Hosmer tripled with 1 out, and then Quintana got Salvi on a fly ball to shallow left field and the walk to Alex Gordon. Strike 3 over the inside, and Quintana gets out of it with his 8th strikeout of the day. hamstring injury, and that was a double. This is a home run. And then in his last at bat, a triple, and hits for the cycle in a 15-12 Nationals Rockies game. So we've had 2 cycles so far this year. Both have been at Colorado. Will Myers did it for the Padres, and now Trey Turner last night for the Nationals.
Interesting.
And I think both guys got a triple in their last at bat.
You are correct.
For most, that's the hardest one to get.
Yep. You know, when you're in a bubble in a tree in that game like that, I mean, do you see how easy he was swinging? Everything looked natural to him. And you know, it's rare when you can get into a groove like that and have a day like that. I mean, especially 4 hit days and 5 hit days are really far and in between.
One and one on Abreu. The Royals were not very happy after getting a second look, I'm sure, at the pitch that called out Whit Merrifield in the top of the 4th inning, and then maybe felt like Carnes was getting a little squeezed on his first pitch to Abreu in this inning, and now Carnes is ahead 1-2.
That's frustrating right now, you know, and so you're gonna not be happy with some of the calls, even when you're going good.
Abreu doubled and drove in the White Sox first run in the 1st inning, and then he scored on a double by Frazier. Breaking ball that was down, and Abreu goes down to get it, and now he's digging for 2 on Kane, and he's in there with his second double.
Very impressive. First of all, he's a natural hitter. He's got soft hands. He's able to go down there and get it.
Right where you wanted it.
Right over the plate. Yeah, it's a good pitch for Carnes. He stayed with it, and then he hustled out of the box. That's the only way you get that double, by running hard out of the box. And when you leave the box, you can tell it's over the shortstop or second baseman's head how hard you hit it. It's got a chance to be a gapper, and you can get 2 out of it.
Frazier followed Abreu's double with the double of his own in the 1st inning. One ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball fouled away. He likes his curveball today, and he's gotten some strikeouts with it, but we talked in the 1st inning about him using his changeup more today, and according to our stats service, of his 52 pitches, he's thrown 5 changeups. So that's a little less than 10%.
Yeah, so he's not using that pitch now. He threw it earlier, and Abreu got it for the double down the left field line. He was out in front of it, but it was on the outer half, and you can't give up on there. It wasn't there.
1 away. You and I broadcast a couple of games in spring training where his changeup was outstanding, and he threw it a lot.
And that's what Dave Island wanted him to do, gain confidence in that pitch. Now, is this his curve? Yeah, it was a curveball. But see, that's a feeble attempt right there to actually just feather it out there somewhere. Fortunately for Carnes, it hit right to cut.
So a runner at second, 1 out, and now Garcia. He grounded out to short in the 1st inning.
Breaking balls to righties, and if there is any lefties out there, you can throw them to Lefty. Well, since there are no lefties in Renteria's lineup, maybe that's why he's not throwing that changeup as much, because it's more effective against the lefty.
Two 2-0. And over his career, he has been better against left-hand hitters than right-hand batters. Good spot. 2-1.
Garcia's shown that ability to hit the ball to right field, especially as high averages he's hitting this year. He's using the whole field. But you're better off staying there. Keep it away from him. He's got some pop, pull power.
2-2. Brayu opened the inning with a double, and Carnes got a ground ball to third from Frazier.
I mean, a hustle double. That guy's 6'3", 260 pounds. Good athlete.
Still 2-2, as is the man at the plate. I remember when the Tigers first called him up, he was hitting for power, he was making running, sliding catches in the outfield, he was taking extra bases.
Yep. Now they have him listed. Got it. Well, they have him listed this year at 240. Be interesting to see what they had him listed as last year. But he lost 20 pounds. Look at that. Now he's guessing, and that's exactly what Carnes wants, and he has been doing for the most part, keeping him off balance.
Matt Davidson, he was a strikeout victim on a curveball in the second inning. And he was fooled by that curve. And Carnes is one batter away from working around a leadoff double.
See where it comes out just above the belt? It's going to be in the dirt.
Carnes ahead 0-2. Matt Davidson is from Yucaipa. A very unique name for a California city. Anybody ring a bell? One of our favorites, Mark Teahan, to Yucaipa High School. Got him. Nate Carnes gives up a leadoff double and then had the White Sox reaching for his curve. Frazier grounds out, Garcia and Davidson strike out. By the Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickup on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. And by Panera Bread. Panera caters for every group, every size, every meal. Bright sunny day on Chicago's south side. We had 77 degrees at first pitch. The wind has picked up, and there are thunderstorms in the area. The real threat not until later this afternoon, early evening. Escobar takes a fastball strike. Esky is 0 for his last 20 after grounding into a force out to end the second inning. Now he is 1 for his last 1. And the Royals have their first leadoff man on today.
There it was. Breaking ball over the plate. See that? It hung. He read that. He saw out of his release point it was going to be hittable, it was going to be up, and then stayed short with a swing.
An easy swing.
That's what you want. Start setting the table. And Esky's going to find out that in order for him to be valuable to his team, he's got to continue to get in his game, bunt, steal. He's got to be able to shorten up his swing and get on base, score some runs. Forget about the long ball. It's not going to happen.
All right, so one guy ends an 0 for 20. And now Cuthbert is 1 for his last 20. A little broken bat, and Abreu had the ball go out of his glove. And Abreu goes down hard.
Oh, man, I hope he's all right. What happened? Huh.
Well, and what might be a bad break for the White Sox is a good break for the Royals, as that had the potential of being a double play ground ball. Instead, the Royals have 2 on, nobody out.
You know, sometimes you'll tweak a muscle when you try to put on the brakes like that. And that's like he's holding his groin area. And he takes off, reach down right there, and see how he stops like that? Oh, and he slips. He slips, and he did the splits there, and sometimes you're not prepared for that. That's Herm Schneider out there. He's in his 39th season as the head athletic trainer and his 41st in Major League Baseball. So Herm's going to walk him off, and that's an unfortunate blow there for the White Sox.
Now Todd Frazier go running into the dugout, maybe to grab a first baseman's glove, and now Rick Renteria is chatting with Tyler Saladino. So it looks like Saladino is going to go over to third. Frazier to first, and the White Sox are going to need a new second baseman. So there's the first baseman's glove with Frazier. They have Yolmer Sanchez on the bench, who played second base last night, and that's who pops out of the Sox dugout.
I mean, Herm Schneider, you know, their head athletic trainer, he's only 64 years old. He's in his 41st season. I think it's safe to consider Herm's a lifer. Man, I bet he's seen it all, hasn't he? He was here to help Bo Jackson through his hip replacement. And he's seen every injury you could see in a baseball player.
Well, let's see if the Royals could make something of this. 2 on, nobody out. Bonifacio at the plate. Last inning, the Royals had a runner at third with 1 out and weren't able to get Hosmer in from third.
At the stage the Royals are in right now with nobody out, you got to ask Bonifacio to bunt. That's right. Move him over.
Really?
Yeah, I'm saying move on. Take a chance of what? It's going to swing and miss at him? You got to play by the rules. It's a hard time scoring runs here. That's just my opinion. At the top of the order coming up. Sometimes it's the little things that you could do to get your team back in it. But he's going to let him swing away. And that's okay. I hope it works. Now, he may not be a typical number 9 hitter. But in that number 9 slot, sometimes in the American League, you're going to move him over.
One ball, one strike. Well, it's the dilemma for every organization. Royals are trying to develop Bonifacio to be a middle of the order hitter. So in the minor leagues, you don't want him bunting. He had 3 sacrifice bunts all of last year. But chances are when you get to the big leagues, you're not going to be hitting 3rd or 4th or 5th. You'll be batting 9th like Bonifacio is and might need to know how to bunt. But the Royals also have not been executing situationally. And Ned taking a chance here that Quintana makes a mistake and Bonifacio with his power hits a gap or gets it over the wall.
Well, that would be a beautiful thing, obviously. But
2-2. So Bonifacio, who was down 1-2, gets the count full to 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Now, why would you even suggest a guy like that bunt?
You should ask yourself that same question.
No, look, just going with situational baseball is all, but he battled it. He had a nice 8-pitch at bat there, and he won it. Good for him.
I understand we're having some audio problems. So we're back on track with that. And now 0-1 on Moustakas. 2 strikeouts against Quintana today. And Quintana, what he's been doing to Moustakas today has been starting him off with breaking balls and then trying to put him away with fastballs.
But Moose laying off of it. He's going to throw them breakers on.
Fastball up. We've been informed by several sources that the Royals have done the majority of their offense today when the audio has been out. As Moustakas is down on strikes for the third time today, and now that's 9 in 4 1/3 innings for Quintana. Tune in to Fox Sports Kansas City on Wednesday, a week from today, for our annual Royals Charities Broadcast Auction. For more information, visit royals.com/broadcast auction.
Well, I heard the ratings went up for the 5 minutes that we were out, too.
We didn't know, though. We were just talking away up here.
We were
saying some brilliant things that are lost forever.
Well.
Kane is struck out and flied out to left field. Cuthbert's at second. Bonifacio's at first. Curveball hangs high. Ball 1.
It's time for Locane. He's due. He is due for a long homer. He hit .371 as off of lefties last year. This year, just .188 off of lefties. He's due.
Jammed him. 2 down. Quintana began today striking out 7 of the first 10 that he faced, and the Royals had 1 base runner. An easy first inning, an easy second inning, an easy third, and now they're working him into deeper counts. What he hasn't been able to do in the last 2 innings, which he was doing in the first 3 innings, is put hitters away. He's been ahead almost all day. 0-1, 1-2. And now the Royals, from the second time through, and now working their third time through the order, are seeing more pitches, getting better swings. Hosmer lines it foul off the side wall.
Right idea. Left side, nothing but one fielder over there. That's Saladino. You hit a little, just a little bit of worm burner that just goes right over there in the hole. Will score Cuthbert. What, you'd like to see Haas really jolt one, but first things first. And he's throwing them breakers away to him. Fastball's in.
1-1. Line to left field, and Melky Cabrera is there. And Hosmer slams his helmet into the grass, and it bounces all the way into the dugout. Jorge Bonifacio singles in Alcides Escobar to make it a 2-1 game. first run today. Hey, students, join us at Kauffman Stadium every Wednesday home game for Student Nights, presented by Inc. Magazine. You can purchase tickets for just $10 with your student ID and enjoy a happy hour special at the Boulevard concession stand as you listen to live local music on the Outfield Experience. Before the game, Royals.com/student night for the full list of bands and for tickets. So 2-1. White Sox have Soto, Garcia, and Anderson coming up. Nate Carnes, after giving up 2 runs in the first inning, has set down 10 of the last 11 Sox hitters. 2 balls and no strikes. That'll be backing out of play. Two and one on Soto. While we have a moment, let's look at our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. Felix Hernandez left last night's start at Detroit after 2 innings with shoulder inflammation. And Tigers, well, they scored 19 runs last night.
Oh, man.
So he'll fly back to Seattle to have the shoulder looked at. Seattle is 8-13. They were hoping for their breakout season this year, and there's still plenty of time, but not the start that they were hoping for. Now their ace has a bad shoulder. Line base hit left field. Soto does not run well. Alex is on it, and that's just a long single. Last inning, Carnes got around a leadoff double.
And a fastball right down the middle. Salvi was looking for it down. He wanted it down a little bit lower, but it ended up being right there.
Comes Leury Garcia, 0 for 1. Pulled a ground ball to Merrifield in the second inning.
That worked fine right now, right here. Although he'd be tough to double up, and he's on the left side. He runs really well.
He's had a good series. 3 hits, 2 runs scored on Monday. 3 hits, a run scored, and 2 RBIs last night. Thinking about a bunt. 1-1.
Now, as hot as he's been, you might question why would you bunt when you're swinging a good bat right now. But I think you want to just pull Cuthbert in.
Showing bunt again. 2-1. White Sox traded away their center fielder Adam Eaton, who had also been playing a lot of right field. And then they thought about using veteran Peter Borges in center field this year. And then they traded him away to Tampa Bay. So Garcia and the rookie Jacob May have been playing center field. To Hosmer. They get the lead runner and don't get the double play. 1 down. But as you said, that's a tough guy to double up.
Two hopper. Haas stayed down nicely on that. Now that was kind of an in-between hop. It wasn't as easy as he made it look. He had good focusing. He was able to stay down on it, scoop it, give Esky a good throw. No chance.
Tim Anderson with a runner at first, one out. Garcia runs. He got a tremendous jump, and that's the second stolen base for the White Sox today. Both times without a throw. And that's the injustice of the stolen base numbers counting against the catcher. Because Salvador Perez really had no chance to throw out Saladino in the first inning, and Garcia here in the fifth. Oh, and 2.
Yeah, so if you look at the numbers, Salvi's thrown out just 1 of 12. But the whole world of baseball knows he's one of the best catchers in baseball, and especially with his throwing ability.
Look at that stuff. Wow.
Just picked that like no problem.
Those guys are lucky to just touch it with their glove. Salvi stuck it. So the White Sox should have a runner at third with 1 out. And then Anderson, all he has to do is make contact, and they could score a run by making it out. Cuthbert, 2 down, and Garcia goes to third. So the Royals may have brought the infield in if that was a wild pitch, and still with Garcia's speed, that little ground ball by Anderson could have scored a run if not for Salvi's save with the backhand. MLB.com At Bat is your #1 mobile app for live Royals baseball. You can customize At Bat to stay close to the Royals with home screen icons, live scores, news, stats, video highlights, radio broadcasts, and more. Download MLB.com At Bat today to stay connected to the Royals all season long. Runner at third, 2 down. Tyler Saladino at the plate. Down and away, ball 1.
Well, you know, that's one of the reasons why Salvi wears the gold, Rhino. That little gold patch on his chest protector and his glove signifies best in the American League. Four straight years in a row.
Shallow right. Bonifacio takes charge, and Nate Carnes gets around the leadoff single. And got some help from his defense. And that save by Salvi may have saved a run. Village. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, William wins $1,100. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, William wins $25,000 from Sonic and the Royals. Oh, he's from Prairie View. Sorry, I said Prairie Village. Last time up, Salvi with Hosmer at third and 1 out, hit a fly ball in that same area. It was caught by Cabrera. This time the shortstop Anderson goes out to get it. And Salvi is 0 for 3. That was Quintana, one of Quintana's bigger outs today. Hosmer tripled with 1 out. He got Salvi to fly out, and then after a walk, he struck out Merrifield. And then last inning, the first 3 Royals reached with a single, an error, and a second hit. That made it a 2-1 game, and the Royals still had runners at first and second and nobody out, but Quintana got a strikeout, an infield pop-up, and then Eric Hosmer hit the absolute daylights out of a Quintana pitch, but right to Melky Cabrera in left field. And Eric Hosmer slammed his helmet about 10 feet into the ground, or at least that's what he was trying to do.
That will frustrate you. Now, the exit velocity off of Hosmer's line drive to Melky was 113, so you don't hit it much harder than that. Some more rotten luck.
Two and 1 on Alex. He has struck out and walked. Base hit right field. Sanchez was almost in the perfect spot. Runner at first with 1 out.
That's how you do it. You hit it over the shift. There it was. Good swing. Stayed on it. Little luck there. Sunk it right over.
Whit Merrifield, with runners at first and third and 2 down in the 4th inning, was called out on strikes on a pitch that appeared to be inside. They're going to try and pitch him in again, and he lines it up the left field line, foul. So he was expecting that pitch after Quintana got him looking at a fastball in to end the 4th inning.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Quintana's been good today, that he hasn't been good in his previous starts this year. He's pitching inside effectively, and all lefties need to do that, especially when you have a right-handed stacked lineup. You pitch him in, and it gets him looking in there, then you go soft away with him and gets him off balance. But you can hunt a fastball in there, just like Wood did, a little quick on it.
Strike, and it's 0-2.
That was a good changeup, and it missed. And Witt, he would like to have that in back. It's
One and 2. With the way Soto Goes down to his knees after he receives the throw. This could be a delayed steal candidate.
Good call.
Rusty was telling me that the first thing he considers is what the infielders are doing after the pitch is thrown. Do they drop their heads? Are they keeping an eye on the runner at first? Then he looks at what the catcher's doing. In the dirt, rolls up the first base line, and instead of a delayed steal, how about a wild pitch to get the tying run into scoring position?
That's what you want to do. Look to advance anything in the dirt. Alex did exactly that. But you're right. I mean, with Soto protecting his knee, falling down on one knee and then kind of guiding the ball back to the pitcher, it might work. You need three really good crow hops. Whitley looks good. He's just trying to wait out a mistake. Wind howling out to left field. Any kind of ball well hit to left is going out of here.
Three and two.
Working the count. He didn't even get out of the box. He doesn't even walk around. He stands right there. He's got his toe hole in there. Once you get a good toe hole and you're having a good at bat, you don't want to leave that back foot. Leave it right there. Just take that front foot and step out, but leave your toe hole in there. There you go.
That pitch was a little bit inside. The other pitch might have been as well, but Merrifield is on. He was down 0-2 and ends up with a walk.
Good discipline there. He called him out on that pitch last at bat. Witt's looking good.
Family Fun Day Sundays at Kauffman Stadium, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Before the game, kids enjoy face painters and activities at the Outfield Experience, plus player autographs at Signature Sundays on top of the Royals dugout. After the game, kids run the bases on the field, presented by the Kansas City Zoo Fun Run. And our next Family Fun Day Sunday is coming up this Sunday against Minnesota. Two on, one out for Escobar. That is not the same swing that he took last time up when he led off the fifth inning with a single.
No, but man, look at that. Look at the lane out there in left center field. Or excuse me, right center. Wow, is that wide open. He could run for days, would score Whitley with no problem. And sometimes you'll take a peek out in the outfield. Most of the time you're looking at the infield, but if you take a peek, you look for a pitch that's up out there.
Skips away, and the runners move up. That's the second wild pitch of the inning for Quintana. There goes the ground ball in the double play. And now a base hit could give the Royals the lead.
It's a nice break. Speaking of breaks, didn't Eske break an 0 for 20 something? What was he? Before he got that hit?
Yeah, 0 for 20.
Okay. Avisail Garcia, the right fielder, he's shallow and guarding the right field line. So that's what's making that right center field look so good.
Ground ball. Anderson makes the play. Royals tie the game. Gordon scores, and it is 2-2. Merrifield goes to third.
Got him home. There you go. Inside pitch. Just missed the hole between short and third.
Here's Cuthbert. Fastball upstairs. Chesler is struck out and reached on an error. Hud mentioned Chesler has a couple of home runs in the past against Quintana. And that was in one game, June 11th last year. Merrifield made a move coming down from third, and Quintana sped up his motion to counter that, and both Merrifield and third base coach Mike Jerschley immediately started talking to third base umpire Bruce Dreckman about that.
And I'll be aware for the bouncer, though. He could score on a bouncer. He's already bounced 2 this inning.
3-0. Tommy Kahnle, who was on the mound last year and one of the most memorable finishes in Royals history. Kauffman Stadium last year. Chesler ripping on 3-0.
I was thinking he might get a pitch to hit 3-0.
He did not throw more than 14 pitches in his first 3 innings, and now he has not thrown fewer than 20 pitches in his last 3.
Well, this is good. We're also seeing more pitching, more pitches here. And that's a good thing.
Full count. Bonifacio's on deck. Got him with a curveball down and out of the strike zone. Royals tie the game with the help of a couple wild pitches and Escobar's RBI ground out. To the bottom of the 6th inning. His bullpen is starting to get loose behind Nate Carnes. Refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. Nate Carnes in the first inning gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, including a couple of doubles. And since then, he has faced 15 White Sox hitters and gotten 13 outs. White Sox have only had 2 base runners since that 2-run first inning.
Carnes doing a nice job of keeping his team in the game here. Curveball been very effective this afternoon, keeping the White Sox off balance. Couple of switch hitters in the lineup. Tester for Alex.
Foul by a foot.
A little too far out of the way.
White Sox school day, like we'll have school day at the K. So the scoreboard asking the kids to get loud. Base hit left field. Got a hittable pitch on 0-2. And for the third straight inning, the White Sox have their leadoff man on. But Carnes has been able to work around that. He got around a leadoff double in the 4th and a leadoff single in the 6th. And that'll bring up Yolmer Sanchez for the first time. Let's go to Joel.
Yolmer Sanchez did not start this game, but he came in after this play back earlier in the game in the 5th inning. Chesler Cuthbert, and then trying to make that play, Jose Abreu goes down. The news not too bad. He left the game, and it is a mild right hip flexor strain. The White Sox say he'll be reevaluated in Detroit day to day. Their next series over the weekend in Detroit beginning Friday. So it doesn't sound too bad, but certainly looked painful and keeps him now out of the game. And Hud, he was off to a good start too.
Yeah, it's a bummer for him.
2 doubles today for Abreu.
I mean, good, nice doubles.
Two 2-0 on Sanchez.
Take a look at the changeup he hit. Now, actually, that was a breaking ball up over the middle of the plate. Stayed up. There was the changeup. And didn't roll all the way to the wall. He hustled and made a hustle double there.
Two and one, good spot. Sanchez drove in a run last night. Running for a base hit and foul.
Good spot. You see a guy square around like that? Throw him that heater down and in right at him. Close to him. See if he can get it down. Yes, good spot. Way in.
Barnes off the mound. One out, and Cabrera moves up to second base. Also coming up during the next homestand, our annual salute to the Negro Leagues. It's coming up on May 7th. Join us by getting your tickets to watch the Royals and the Indians and take home a limited edition Kansas City Monarchs jersey. Of course, that's always our dress to the nines day. Get your tickets now at royals.com/NLBM. Runner at second, one out to Todd Frazier. He has driven in one of the White Sox runs today. Good curveball for a strike. Doubled into left center field in the first inning and grounded out to third in the fourth. Right down the middle, 0-2.
There you go. In this series, Frazier's gotten some pretty good hits down like around his ankles. So, man, I want to try a heater up or something like that. See if he can raise his eye level here. 0-2.
High target. Chopped out to Escobar. Two down, and Cabrera stays at second.
There you go.
So Cabrera with the leadoff single, standing at second with two down. And Carnes, who's about to throw his 90th pitch. He's going to get Avisail Garcia. He's pitched well with men on base today. Or at least he's pitched well with men on base in the last 3 innings. White Sox got a leadoff double in the 4th. Abreu did not score. Leadoff single in the 5th. Soto did not score. Now leadoff single in the 6th, and hoping to strand Cabrera at second base. Garcia has not been picking up that breaking ball today.
No, so Carnes going to stay with it now. That's his 90th pitch thrown. And this might be his biggest battle of the day right here, with a runner in scoring position and the league leading hitter at the plate. Don't want to give him anything too good up where he can hit it. So if he's going to keep swinging at that pitch, then stay right there with it.
High and deep to center field. A 2-run home run for Avisail Garcia. A rare home run for him against the Royals. And the White Sox lead by 2 for the second time today.
Salvi wanted it away, and it missed by at least a foot. Right up in the wheelhouse. Right up there. Now, if he puts it away, he swings at it, he might get a little ground ball or a pop-up, but, you know, sometimes 1-inch mistake is enough for a hitter, but a foot, if you miss by a foot, and you're the best hitter in the league, you're not going to miss that.
Pulled foul by Davidson. Well, you just said before that pitch that Garcia is just not seeing that breaking ball. He's had some bad swings at that pitch all day, and it's always dangerous when you're trying to surprise a fastball hitter with a fastball.
Exactly.
Off the Carnes glove, and Merrifield's got a shot, and he gets Davidson 1-4-3 to end the inning. Avisail Garcia, they said a rare home run against the Royals. He has 225 plate appearances against the Royals, and that was just his 2nd home run. Two in the 1st inning. Jose Abreu doubled in Tyler Saladino. Todd Frazier followed with a double, scoring Abreu. 2-0 White Sox until the 5th inning, when Jorge Bonifacio singled in Alcides Escobar. And then it was Escobar in the 6th inning. This ground ball got Alex Gordon to the plate, tying the game at 2. And then with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning, Avisail Garcia hits his 4th home run of the year, back up into the bleachers in center field, scoring Melky Cabrera. Chicago has its second 2-run lead of the day. Now they turn it over to their bullpen. In a higher leverage situation, the bullpen so far in the first 2 games coming in with very little pressure. And now Dan Jennings is a Chevy call to the bullpen in a 2-run game. The Royals have Bonifacio, Moustakas, and Kane coming up. Down and in, ball 1-2. Bonifacio, who really had a good at bat even before he drove in a run with a single in the 5th inning. He was down 1-2 against Quintana, got the count to 3-2, and singled to center field.
Low to mid-90s with his fastball. Jennings slider. 2 different kinds of sliders, 2 different speeds. One's a big looping, almost looks like a curve. The other one, he tightens it up to a righty. Big slow one to the lefties.
Off his foot, 1-2. Jennings pitched last night after the rookie Dylan Covey only went 4 innings in a start. Jennings went an inning and 2/3 without allowing a run or a hit. Into the camera well past the Royals dugout. Everybody all right?
Coming in hot.
Talking with somebody today, we were talking about Jennings, and he, who will remain nameless, was saying, how long do you think it'll take for Jennings to throw a pitch if he comes into the game today? Talking about how slow he works. But to me, it looks like there's a method to it, that he waits right until it's uncomfortable for the hitter. Right about when the hitter wants to call timeout, and then he pitches. I think he's doing that on purpose. I think he understands the hitter's rhythm.
He probably hit one time in his career, and he knows that when you wait like that, it's tough for a hitter to retain that concentration. Same at first base when you're trying to get a jump on a pitch.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of coming set and trying to freeze the runner at first base. Ground ball, base hit right field for Bonifacio. He has a 2-hit game today.
Now, just watching Bonifacio's at bats, he doesn't look intimidated. He doesn't look overmatched. He looks to me like a guy with a great idea on how to hit. It's because he controls everything. His lower body's under control. He's got a little. He lifts up his foot and sets it down. He's not doing too much. He's trusting his hands. His eyes tell his hands where to go, and he doesn't try to overswing. Great example there. Jennings is one of the best relievers there are in baseball, lefties, with the deception of his delivery, how he speeds up, slows down. He's seeing the ball well. Have you heard that before?
Yep. And both of his hits today, at one point, he was behind in the count 1-2.
So that's telling me you got a guy who's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He trusts his hands. He trusts himself, his hands. Sits back and lets him do the work.
1-1 on Moustakas. He had 3 strikeouts against Quintana. And Quintana finished with 10 in his 6 innings, allowing 2 runs. 1 run was unearned.
And that's his 8th career double-digit strikeout game in his career for Quintana. Pretty impressive.
Saladino into foul ground, and he makes a play. 1 away. Embrace the awesomeness of Zubaz pants by getting your own pair on May 5th at Zubaz Palooza. The theme ticket includes these comfy Zubaz pants and a ticket for the game. And you can only purchase your Zuba tickets online at royals.com/theme tickets. Those two fellas are discussing other ways to embrace their awesomeness.
Why not?
Runner at first, 1 out. Backdoor slider and a strike to Lorenzo Cain. 0 for 3. And Cain is hitless in this series. 0 for 10. Caught by Garcia. And trying for a double play, and they may have gotten it if the ball stuck in Frazier's glove. Garcia has been playing a shallow right field all series, and when Cain hit that ball, I thought that was down, but it was Garcia who got a good break and made the play on the run.
Yep, talked about his speed, showed it there, good closing, and he'd have had it. Frazier couldn't handle the pick from one hopper.
Two down, Bonifacio at first, and now Hosmer, who's grounded out, tripled, and maybe has the hardest hit ball of the day on a line out to left field in the 5th inning. Fouled away. Let's go to Joel.
Well, according to StatCast, it's the 2nd hardest hit ball by a Royal all year. Back in the 5th inning, you talked about him slamming his helmet. Can't hit a ball much harder than that. 113 miles per hour on the exit velocity, nearly flattened Melky Cabrera. 7 times coming into today, Hosmer had hit a ball over 110 miles an hour. The others in that category, Mike Moustakas 3 times, Chesler Cuthbert 1, so make it 8 times now for Eric Hosmer. He's due.
And he drops down a bunt. No play for Saladino.
Nice idea. What a go ahead. Now, if the way Haas has been going, Saladino picks that up and throws him out. But look, that's an excellent opportunity right there. Now, for any of the other teams that are out there scouting that, they're going to see that and they're going to go, hey, now we're going to pull that third baseman in. We're going to play him as a drastic of a shift, and that's good for later. But that brings Salvi to the plate and a chance to give him the lead with a big fly. Salvi's just missed a couple of days. Sky to field.
So why is he bunting, you say, the way he's been swinging the bat the last 2 days? Well, Eric was just 2 for 15 in his career against Jennings, so he's just finding the best way to get on base. And that's his 10th career bunt base hit. Chevy called to the bullpen. Tommy Kahnle comes on to face Salvador Perez. today. He represents the tying run at first base with 2 down. If you can't catch the Royals on TV, you can stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. Hard-throwing Tommy Kahnle with 14 strikeouts in 6 2/3. He comes on with 2 on, 2 out to face Salvador Perez.
He's going to go mid to upper 90s fastball. And he got a changeup. And speaking of streaming, would love to see Salvi stream one right out of the yard here.
Bonifacio's at second, Hosmer's at first. Fastball down and away at 99. Salvi's 0 for 3 today. Made a big out for Quintana back in the 4th inning with a runner at 3rd and 1 out. One and one.
You know, you like a young guy like this who comes in with a big power fastball because he believes in it. He says, that's my best pitch. Here it is. And I like that challenge. You know, and Salvi, he's up for it. My best against you. And the way Salvi's just missed a couple. He's skied a couple today.
One and two. Kahnle was on the mound on May the 28th at Kauffman Stadium. Royals were down 7-1 and they scored 7 to win it. Salvador Perez had been injured earlier in the game. Remember, he had that little collision with Chesler Cuthbert. So Drew Butera hit the game-tying double against Kahnle, and then Brett Eibner got the walk-off. 98 with a fastball, still 1 and 2.
Oh man, good rip. He's right on it. Previous pitch was a little wrinkle, a little slider. Didn't have a lot of break to it.
Mike Everett, the crew chief. 2 and 2.
Close. Checked it. Guy that throws that hard, all you got to do is just put an easy swing. Don't overswing or you'll miss. Just take your hands to the ball. Let the power of the pitch do the work. Too long.
Red Sox pitchers have struck out 11 Royals in 7 innings today. The Royals turn a double play. The next day, McDouble sandwiches are only $1 at participating McDonald's in the greater KC, St. Joe, and Lawrence locations. Peter Moylan will take over in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nate Carnes gave up 4 runs, 7 hits over 6 innings. Struck out 5. Moylan got knocked around here on Monday night, and the White Sox 12-1 win. He was touched for 5 runs in just 1/3 of an inning, and his ERA spiked up to 5.19. 0-1 against Giovanni Soto.
Yeah, Chris Young gave a few of those up too when he came in, but still, look, Moylan, that sinker slider combination has worked well this year. You're going to have outings like that. No pitcher goes unscathed.
Two and 1 on Soto. He's 1 for 2 today.
Everybody gets a piece of humble pie in this game up here for sure. Some get the whole pie. Speaking of something good, but it's not always good.
Kane is back, all the way back, and he has just enough room.
But it's the players who know how to ingest the humble pie that will last the longest up here. How do you ingest it?
Well, how do you ingest it?
I took it and let it fill me up and build me up, and I'd come in walking with my shoulders up and my head up. Some guys, they get indigestion and they go, oh, and they crumple down. Shoulders fall down, head goes down, and they show signs of getting beat. Once that sets in, you're in trouble. Let it build you up. Everybody gets a piece of it. That's why you hope you got some guys around your clubhouse that can go around and, you know, kind of pat you on the back, say, let's go, it's all right, man. Pete's got a whole bunch of that in his career.
Two 2-0 on Leury Garcia. Two and 1. .5'7" Leury Garcia. We remember him as more of an infielder than an outfielder. That's where he's been playing with the White Sox this year. The early comparisons, and Garcia became a professional to Rafael Furcal. Once referred to Leury Garcia as Furcalito, meaning little Furcal. He was an exciting player for the Atlanta Braves. Went to the big leagues at a very young age. Another foul ball, still 2-2.
I've seen some really good baseball players that were small in size, but large in stature. One of the best I've ever seen is a guy named David Eckstein, two-time world champion. Got to be just as tall as, and he would get up on the plate and crowd the dish. He just dared you to hit him and wore no elbow pad. Tough as nails.
Blasted to right field and gone into the Royals bullpen. That is his second home run. So little Leury Garcia, all 5'7" of him, gives the White Sox a 5-2 lead. Fouled off 4 pitches before hitting that home run.
And he waited for a mistake, and that's exactly what it was. It was a slider that didn't do much. It spun just a little bit and just left it up there, and he caught it perfect.
And the ball he hit out was the 8th pitch of that matchup with Moylan. Down and away to Tim Anderson. Chop foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson in the first 2 games of the series scored 4 runs, drove in 2, and had 4 hits. He is 0 for 3 today. Off the plate to Cuthbert. Tough play. Anderson can really run, and no chance. Anderson's on with an infield single. Let's see what else is going on around the major leagues. Nothing. All tonight. Cleveland at home against Houston. Cleveland a game out in our division. Houston has a 4-game lead in the West. Baltimore at home against Tampa Bay. Baltimore has a 1.5 lead. Tigers have won 3 straight. They lead the Central by a game. And then Minnesota's at Texas. Twins are going for a sweep over the Rangers after the Rangers swept the Royals. And we'll see the Twins for a 3-game series at Kauffman Stadium beginning on Friday night. Saladino bunts foul. One for 3 with a single and a run scored back in the first inning. Scored on a Jose Abreu double. He is now playing at third base after Abreu was injured, and the Royals were batting in the top of the 5th inning. Oh, and 2. He did not go around.
Good location there. That's exactly what you want to do there. Sweep it. But going back to that 8-pitch at bat by Leury Garcia. Garcia did everything that you want to do as a hitter. You foul off the borderline pitches and you wait for the one down the middle that was a mistake, and that's what he did, and he didn't miss it.
He'll be backing out of play. Still 1 and 2. Royals had just tied the game in the top of the 6th inning at 2. And then the White Sox answered in the bottom of the 6th on the home run by Garcia. And now they add on here in the 7th with a home run from the other Garcia, Leury. Avisail in the 6th inning. Leury in the 7th. Outside, 2 and 2. Anderson was leaning and flinching over at first base, and that got Moylan's attention. Still 2-2.
Let's take a look at Leary Garcia and our Ram drive the game here. See what that pitch was and what he did. Nice and easy swing. He didn't try to do too much. And when you catch that baseball at the right spot on the ball with that bat, he gets that backspin and carries out of here. Especially this place here.
Escobar, they get the out at second base. Saladino's safe at first, 2 down. Going to bring up Melky Cabrera, who will bat left-handed against Moylan, and Ned Yost would prefer he bats right-handed. And we'll go to Mike Minor. Today's copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Kansas City Royals. They may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals. Ryan Lefevre, Rex Hudler with Joel Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery. With director Steve Kurtenbach, producer Kevin Cedergren, and associate producer Sam Abramson. And Dave Holtzman, the producer of Royals Live, is Brian Shapiro. We're all looking forward to getting home after the game today. Royals have a long homestand starting on Friday night against Minnesota, but first things first, Mike Minor is going to try and keep the White Sox right here in a 5-2 game. The Royals are down to their last 6 outs on offense. 2-0 on Melky, 1 for 3. With a single. He led off the 6th inning and singled on an 0-2 pitch. And then Nate Carnes was one batter away from pitching around that leadoff single, and Avisail Garcia hit a home run to center field. Minor had worked around a leadoff double in the 4th, a leadoff single in the 5th. That left a fastball up to Garcia in the 6th, who hit a 2-run blast. Now the White Sox have added a run here in the 7th against Moylan. 3-1.
Mike Minor, low to mid-90s with his fastball, slider, good changeup.
Broken bat, caught by Cuthbert. Uri Garcia homers to right field. The Royals are coming up in the 8th inning, down by 3. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Kansas City Royals. Chance for rain later today, but up until now it's been a very pleasant weather day. 77 degrees at first pitch. And this is Nate Jones for the top of the 8th inning. Gordon, Merrifield, and Escobar coming up. Jones pitched a scoreless 8th inning last night in a non-save situation with a couple of strikeouts. Alex has been on twice today. He walked in the 4th inning. He singled and scored what was the tying run in the 6th. White Sox bullpen has been outstanding so far. They have the second lowest bullpen ERA in the league. They have not blown a save yet. So a 3-pitch strikeout against Alex Gordon, 1 down in the 8th inning, and that's 12 strikeouts for White Sox pitchers today. The White Sox, the Indians, and the Diamondbacks are the only big league teams without a blown save so far. So they've been closing out games. They've been pitching very well with men on base coming in the middle of an inning. Only 12% of inherited runners have scored. That's best in the American League. And remember, the White Sox bullpen last year had the most blown saves in the league, 28. Ball 1 to Whit Merrifield.
So far, they've tightened that ship. They've tightened it up. Jones, he's got a good fastball, mid to upper 90s, a 12-6 on the clock curveball, and a changeup he'll use to left-handed hitters.
One and one on Whit, who has a single and a walk today. Hit him. It was a slider. And right now the Royals will take base runners any way they can get them.
That's right. Didn't mean to do it. You get hit, you go to first base. A lot of hitters get offended nowadays for some reason. It's part of the game. So you turned in, it's perfect. Just take your base. The problem is you get offended and you stand there and look at the pitcher. That's the problem. Don't do that. Just move on. Take your base and like it.
And you consider the game situation right now. Nate Jones isn't trying to give the Royals any base runners.
Nope. I'm just saying overall.
But the first reaction for a lot of hitters when they get hit is, you did that on purpose.
Yeah.
And then you hope eventually common sense prevails. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Diving play at third, Saladino from a knee. They get the out at second base and then throw it away. No further advance for Escobar. That was inches away from the Royals bringing the tying run to the plate with one out. Instead, a runner at first with two outs.
Yeah, Escobar got robbed. Great play by Saladino. Got to give you a little bit of credit there, and a nice turn. And Frazier, you know, after Abreu went out, Frazier probably not playing a lot of first base. You see Saladino's reaction there. Maybe not quite used to the first base glove, and maybe not taking a lot of ground balls at first base or throws over there. Has missed a couple of balls today with his glove. So I would imagine until he recovers, Abreu recovers, Frazier will be over there working. And sometimes it's the gloves, you know, because it was you know, a spare of the moment. He got hurt and they threw him a glove and he's got to go out there and use it now. Saladino made a nice play. Who took Frazier's place?
Matt Davidson, who could also play first base, is the designated hitter. So if you move him over there, then you lose your DH in the fifth inning. Everybody all right? Young fan hit by a foul ball behind the Royals dugout. The White Sox. And Chesler very concerned. The White Sox are one of the teams that have elected not to put up the netting behind the dugouts as many other teams have. Two balls and one strike. Chesler understandably has his attention divided right now. Important part of the game. And
that's why you extend the nets. Pretty simple.
He's got about 60% of his attention right now on the fan behind the dugout and the rest on what's going on. He's going to reach anyway as Anderson doesn't make the play. Escobar almost got injured going into second base. He was getting ready to slide, thinking that Anderson gloved it. And then when he didn't, he aborted the slide and went into second base very awkwardly.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's potential problems. Ooh, man, a lot can happen on a play like that.
There was a little girl who was hit on the head by the line drive, and she is now on her feet and walking without assistance. We'll go get checked. That's her in the gray t-shirt. So that's a big relief for the 18,000 plus here today, and certainly for Chesler. Now tying run at the plate with two down in the eighth inning, and Bonifacio hits it high in the air to right field. Inning over. Royals have left 9 on base in 8 innings today. White Sox lead 5-2. sitting in about the third row and was able to put her head down and hit her on top of the head, and she appears to be all right. That put a scare into everybody here just moments ago when Cheslor Cuthbert was at the plate. Bottom of the 8th, Joakim Soria will get Sanchez, Frazier, and Garcia. Try and hold the White Sox at a 5-2 lead. At the knees for a strike to Yolmer Sanchez. He came on when Jose Abreu was injured trying to make a play on a ground ball from Cuthbert back in the 5th inning. A mild right hip flexor strain. So Sanchez came into second. Frazier went from third to first, and Saladino went from second to third. And Saladino just made a great play in the Royals' half of the 8th inning.
I'll say. Frazier catches it, they'd have been out of the inning. Bonifacio, he could have done some damage there. Unfortunately, he didn't. Joakim Soria, low to mid-90s with the fastball. He's got a slider, slow curve, and a split finger to offer. That slow curve and split finger are very good secondary pitches when they're down.
Cheslor throws out Sanchez, 1 down. Carnes went 6, and he was in trouble early. He gave up 2 runs, 3 hits on a couple of doubles, and then he really buckled down. He went on to retire 13 out of 15, pitching well with men on base. And then Melky Cabrera singled leading off the 6th. Carnes got a couple of ground balls, and with Avisail Garcia at the plate, he looked like he had Garcia swinging defensively. Got him to chase a breaking ball in the dirt. It looked like he was going to get out of that 6th inning, but Garcia got a hold of a fastball and hit a 2-run home run, giving the White Sox a 4-2 lead. And then Garcia, Leury Garcia, can't just say Garcia when you're facing the White Sox. Leury Garcia homered in the 7th inning against Moylan with a 3-run lead.
Yep.
There's Leury, 5'7", Leury Garcia. Curveball grounded to Cuthbert. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
Back in the 6th inning, we got to show you Avisail Garcia. He hits one deep, and that's our Honda play of the game. Cookie up. Just his 2nd home run in his career against the Royals, and a lot of at-bats.
As in 225 plate appearances. Wow. They really pitched him well.
Well, he's off to a heck of a year so far. Leading the American League in hitting. That was his 4th home run of the season.
In the 9th, the Royals have the top of the order. And the White Sox will have their closer, David Robertson. Moustakas, Kane, Hosmer. Batting .378, Avisail Garcia. And that average leads the American League.
He looks like a different player, minus 20 pounds from last year. I always thought he was a little big, you know, for a baseball player. I mean, he looked to me every time I saw him, I got a little envious of that body. I mean, I would have been an NFL player with that kind of body. Tight end, probably.
Yeah, he could play the part if you put shoulder pads and a helmet on him.
Oof.
He would fit right in.
No question.
On any NFL roster.
Yeah.
Changed his diet during the offseason. Most notably, cut back on red meat. He's a steak lover, and realized that maybe 3 or 4 steaks a week wasn't in his best interest. So
I don't even think Joel has that.
Yeah, a little more chicken, a little more fish. And so far it's working out. Mike Moustakas ready to hit. He's already out of the dugout. 9th inning. Royals down by 3. Boulevard Royals Live with Joel and Monty. Clubhouse reaction. And get you ready for a long homestand coming up. 10 games over 11 days, beginning with Minnesota on Friday night. Royals will see Kyle Gibson 0-3. Ian Kennedy will pitch for the Royals. Phil Hughes with a high ERA against Jason Hamill on Saturday. And then Irvin Santana with a tiny ERA, 0.64 against Jason Vargas. That's a pitching matchup to look forward to. For now, the Royals are going to try and figure out David Robertson, who is 4 for 4 in save opportunities this year. In his career against the Royals, he has 8 saves and 3 blown saves.
And he's got a mid-90s fastball, low to mid-90s. He likes to sink and cut that fastball, curveball.
Royals need 2 base runners. Tough day so far for Mike Moustakas. 3 strikeouts and a pop out to third. Moustakas, Kane, Hosmer. (2-0). Quintana went 6. He gave up both runs, one of which was unearned. And then Jennings, Canely, and Jones combined to get through the last 2 innings. 2-1. Looking at the line score today, what stands out to me, runners left on base. The Royals have left 10 on base in 8 innings. The White Sox have left only 4. And stealing an old Denny Matthews line, the White Sox are taking advantage of the most of the least, and the Royals are taking advantage of the least of the most. Get that, Hud?
I do. It makes sense. It's very unfortunate.
4 strikeout day for Mike Moustakas, 1 down in the 9th inning.
That's a pretty good slider there. Straight down.
Now Lorenzo Cain 0 for 4 and 0 for in this series. This is another name that has been rumored to be on the trade list for the White Sox. David Robertson, just like the starter Jose Quintana. Depending how far the White Sox want to tear it down in their rebuild. 1 ball, 1 strike. I remember when the Royals were really struggling year after year, and some were crying for Dayton Moore to trade away Joakim Soria. Ground ball to third. Saladino makes it a short throw, and they're 2 down. And Dayton had 2 reasons for hanging on to Joakim Soria. He probably could have gotten a lot for Soria. He was one of the elite closers at his peak, but on one hand, Dayton valued any win possible at the major league level. And so if you're going to have a bad year, the wins that you should get, you want to hang on to those. And he also wanted the young players to have an example of excellence. At the knees and a strike to Eric Hosmer, who has a 2-hit day with a triple and a bunt single.
This time of year, off days you don't like. Players don't like it. But tomorrow being an off day for the Royals, maybe that's the best thing for them.
One and one. In their 49-year history, the Royals have only had 3 winless road trips. of 7 games or more. The other 3 were 9-game road trips in 1986, in 2000, and 2006. And now 1 out away from an 0-7 trip through Texas and Chicago. Base hit left field. And I should point out that while Hosmer has 3 hits now, one of his outs was probably his best swing and was a big out for the White Sox back in the 5th inning when Hosmer lined to left with 2 men on.
Good for him. Perfect. Just what he wants right there. Getting the pitch up. Pitch he can hit. Closer.
Didn't try and pull it.
Nope. Stayed right on it. Maybe this will be good for him. It will be good for him. You know, maybe about it.
Still need 1 more runner. Saladino wants it. Anderson wants it. Anderson takes charge. And the Chicago White Sox sweep the Royals in a 3-game series. Final score today, 5-2. We'll be right back.